on, everyone? We have to cover Lab coin. As you can see, we are at $15.73 on Lab. We're down 11% in the last 24 hours. Well, now it's at 17% in the last 24 hours here. And now you can see it's still up in the last 7 days, 28%, in the last 2 weeks, 78%, in the last month, 273%. But it's not going to be like that for long. I'm going to explain why today in this video. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. But let's get straight to it. So, like I said, we're at $15 right now. $5.2 billion market cap. Absolutely insane. Should not be that high. $16 billion fully diluted value. Again, look at this 24-hour trading volume. $44 million in trading volume. But we only have $5.2 billion in market cap. Look, $5.2 billion would it be in market cap, but only $44 million in 24-hour trading volume. It doesn't look like a scam, does it? I don't know. We'll have to see. But let's talk a little bit more about Lab. So if you look even deeper into Lab, you're going to notice they've increased their holders by a lot. It's been increasing a lot lately. But when you do the breakdown, you still have the top 100 wallets holding 99.86% of the coins. The whale concentration's at 99.82%. The top 5 holders have 72% of the coins. The top 10 holders have 87% of the coins. And whales only make up 0.21% of holders, but they hold all the coins. So this is why you got to be extremely careful. Look at all these top wallets. They are waiting to dump it on your heads. 3.1 billion, 2.3 billion, 2.1 billion, 2 billion, 1.6 billion. You think they really got billions of dollars in there? No, they have coins locked away and their value is heavily inflated because of that. They don't have billions inside of this coin. I'm telling you right now, you look at it, it says fully diluted value, 16.9 billion. That doesn't mean there's $16.9 billion in there. What that really means is they want to trick you. You go ahead and you buy in, you put your money in, and now you inflate their money, and then they take it out on you and they rug pull you. But enough of that. Let's talk about the technicals, because look, I think that this you can make money on coins like this. And I was like, look, massive trap. May 31st, I made this video. Massive trap. Only made $2.03, by the way, which is exactly why you guys got to help support your boy. I go ahead and give you guys this info for free. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff and about how I called the breakout and about where I called the breakout right down here at $7. Oh, yeah, we're going to go over that because, a lot of people like to say I don't know what I'm talking about. So I got to. I gotta pop my collar on them, even though I'm not wearing a collar, right? But like I was saying, guys, I only made $2 on this video. Check out my new course and my group, Crypto and Options Edge. I already got one member. Shout out to Jose. Big shout out to Jose. It's only $98 a month, and you get a lot of value. Building the trading mastery course, the War Room chat we've been discussing in here. He's the first and only member where we've been discussing in here, and I'm telling you guys, I'm giving them some good trading options that I haven't even released on YouTube yet. But if you guys want to get this info before I even talk about it on YouTube, and check it out. And I might not even make a Bitcoin video today, so you guys might not even get the opportunity to do the trade that I was talking about. So check this out. It's only $98 a month. And if you're trading with $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, you'll probably make it back within the first week. Even first week, first day, however much you're making, however much you're trading with is going to differ from that. So go ahead and check that out. Link in the description. And then check out Avantis 5, best DeFi purse trading platform out there. But let's keep going over this. I don't want you guys to click off the video because you got a short attention span. But no insults. No insults. Look. I said massive trap, May 31st, massive trap, right? So on May 31st, I was like, look, this is a massive trap, but it could pump higher if this happens. It could pump higher if this happens, right? I was like, it just pumped, but it could pump higher if it happens. And in this video, I was pretty much talking about how it's going to continue to go upwards, but it's going to dump once it hits the max level up there. I was saying, look, once we get towards the top of this Fibonacci, we're done. It's so funny. I even called it. I was like, yo, $20, $32, $30, somewhere around there. We're going to hit that, and then it's going to dump massively. It did exactly that. It hit $28, and then it went all the way down to $7, exactly where I called it at. I called it at $7, said, hey, we're going to blow up and take off at $7. We did that. We went up to $30. I was like, hey, we're going to go back down to $7. We did that. Now we're back down. But let's talk about where I think it's going to go next, because I think we have a lot in store for this project, but a lot of people aren't realizing what's about to happen here. I think this thing's about to dump massively, and I think a lot of people are about to get dumped on. They're about to dunk on your heads. Now, right now, this is the 4-hour chart. It's at $15. We just now broke down below the 50-day moving average, which is actually a bad sign. It's a sign that something else is about to happen. Last time that we did that, we went below it a little bit, but broke above it and then went right back below it. So this time I would reckon that we're going back down to $7. So I'd say prepare for $7 for lab, and not only $7, but I would look more closer towards the 200-day moving average, which we haven't even came back towards. So as the price drops and goes down, we should be coming back down towards the 200-day moving average, right? And that's that white line back there that I marked. All right. So as that happens, the 200-day moving average, by the time we pull back, it might be at $3, it might be at $4 or $5, or if lab dumps now, it might come down to $3. So wherever the 200-day moving average is when lab starts to dump hard, that's where the bottom, quote unquote bottom, there is no actual bottom, but that's where the bottom of this pullback is going to be, not all of the pullbacks, right? So I would say get ready, $7. If it drops more towards the moving average, we can expect $5 to $5 to $2. So yeah, it's gonna have a massive dump here. If you look at the MACD on this thing, you can actually see a lot of selling pressure is actually starting to kick in. Real question is, are we gonna be able to reverse this and get more buying pressure, kind of like how we did before, right? So we'll have to wait and see if like a reversal is gonna happen. But we're below the 50-day moving average, which is not a good thing for us, right? And then on top of that, this is the daily chart, and you can see the 50-day moving average on the daily chart is down here at $9.70. So that could be the first level that we hit as support before we try to bounce up, but it's probably going to end up breaking that and then going down even lower. Again, we're looking towards the 200-day moving average down here and not the 50-day right here, right? So that's what we're looking at there. And then on the daily chart, you can see on the percent R trend exhaustion, it is starting to have a pullback here. We've intersected right here on the percent R trend exhaustion. It does look like it wants to pull back. Typically, it usually likes to get all the way up to an overbought range before it dumps. So maybe there's a possibility that we could create one last high and then dump, right? Kind of like how we did before. So there is a possibility of that happening. But in my opinion, I think we have a double top scenario over here. And for those of you that don't know, double tops are bearish patterns. It's the bearish double top right here, as you can see. So I still wholeheartedly believe that this is a bearish pattern. I don't think it's just going to go all the way up for no reason. I do think it's going to dump. We're pulling back here on the MACD as well. There's a possibility that we could dump here. If you look at the MACD, you can call this right here the divergence. So this is bearish divergence, higher highs on your chart while simultaneously getting lower highs on your MACD. And you can see here, lower highs on the MACD, boom, lower highs on the MACD, boom, come over here to the chart, higher high on the chart, boom, higher high on the chart. So is it possible for us to create another higher high? Yes, it's possible. Do I think it's going to happen? It might be highly unlikely unless we start to see this continuing up and we start to see the buying pressure continuing. But if we see this selling pressure kicking in and we just see a sell-off, then we're not going to really see that. So we got to watch the MACD and pay close attention. And then the weekly chart, I can't really say much on the weekly chart because it's such a new project. But anyways, like I said before, there is a possibility that it might try to push all the way up to $32 before it dumps massively again. So I would say be extremely careful. I wouldn't be messing around with this thing at all. I wouldn't be trying to short it, and I wouldn't be trying to long it, because this is a pump and dump, and this is what they do. They like to trap people. They could trap you here. If you, let's say you want to short here, right? And I'm more on the short side, but let's say you wanted to short here and then it just takes off to $32 because it hasn't necessarily went all the way up to the top of the Fibonacci yet. And why is the Fibonacci there? Because you take it from the swing high, from the previous high before the rally, right? All the way down to the swing low from the previous low before the rally, which was down here. So when you do that, you get this, $32 for the top of our Fibonacci. So like I said, there's a possibility that it could take off, but I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't roll the dice on it. I wouldn't even trust it. This thing is not trustworthy in my opinion. And let me kind of break down a few other reasons why I don't trust this project. So let's kind of read through what a lot of people are talking about here. For one, they have low engagement on Twitter, but they have so many followers. Like, how do you have $16 billion in fully diluted value on your coin, but you only get like 200 likes on your post? Now, I'm not making fun of them or nothing. I'm just saying 100 likes here. Like, come on. We need to see more engagement, but it's heavily inflated, heavily inflated. Now, they are on the lab store now, or not the lab store. They are on the app store now, right? Apple App Store, iOS. So that's pretty good. They got their trading platform there, but that doesn't automatically make them a good project, right? So I would be extremely careful with this, right? Let's talk about what some of the other people are saying though. This person Oxnox says funding rate farming opportunity or trap. So he said that they're funding rate farming. So Lab is trading at $18 and a rare solution has formed in the market. Hourly funding rate is sitting at negative 0.5%. What does this mean? He says short position holders are paying long holders every single hour in theory. Even if the price stays flat, longs are making money. This is called fund rate farming. And this is why I'm saying, like, don't just go short. Don't just go short. Because until it has that huge major dump, you ain't making no money. You ain't making no money because it's chopping. When it's choppy like this, it's very hard to make money in the market. You don't really want to be buying or selling in these choppy moments like this. This is too choppy right now. And if you're trying to short here, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. If you would have tried to short here, maybe you would have made money on the way down. But if you would have stayed in and then it went right back up, you would have lost money. So you really want to be careful with shorting this thing right now. If I were you personally, I don't want to short this until I see it back at the $30 range, like back in the 20 plus range, like towards 30. If I see this thing hit $30, I'm like, short, boom. But if it's not hitting $30, I'm not doing it. And I'm not doing heavy leverage on it either, because then what if it keeps going and then you get liquidated, right? I would be like, 25x leverage, $30, let's go, right? Because if it goes up to $32, I'm not getting liquidated. It's right above the Fibonacci. And then from there, it'll probably dump. So again, if I were personally shorting this, I would probably wait till it gets up to $32. And this is the type of stuff I'm going to be really talking about inside of this group. And this is why, it's probably going to be a good decision to join the group, because I've been already talking about some trades here. And I want to talk about opportunities every day here before I even talk about them on my YouTube channel. Like, I haven't even mentioned Bitcoin in a few days. But, I have been telling the one member I have in here, again, shout out Jose for joining, about my trades that I'm currently actively looking for Bitcoin, which I'm not going to tell you guys the confirmation point that I'm looking for because you guys didn't pay me money yet. But anyways, let's move on to the next thing. So this guy then says, let's look at the numbers. With $100 and 10x leverage, you're carrying a $1,000 position. Every hour, $5 plus in funding hits your account. If the rate holds for 24 hours, that's $120 in pure profit. Look, what are they talking about? This is what they're talking about right here. So let's see if they have Lab on AdvanceSFi. All right, they don't have Lab on AdvanceSFi, but they have Bitcoin, right? You can do 500x on Bitcoin on AdvanceSFi. Check out the link in the description. But I'm going to use this as an example, right? Because I'm going to put it up at 75x leverage, and you can do up to 500x if you do the zero fee perp option here. And it goes all the way up to 500x if you want to do that, right? But let's say we're doing 75x leverage, right? And we want to go ahead and we want to say, hey, I want to put 10,000 in. Right? I want 10,000 in at this. I want 10,000. Then what are you going to do from there, right? You're putting in 10,000, and now you're pretty much 75x leverage, $724,000 is what your 10,000 is trading as, right? But see, the thing that's happening in Lab is called the funding rate scheme, right? And this is what it is. Estimated hourly borrow fee, $12.84. The open fee, $337. So in order to do a $10,000 trade with 75x leverage, you have to pay $337 just to open the trade. And then every hour you're paying $12.84 just to hold the trade, all at the risk of still being liquidated if it goes up higher if you're trying to short. And this is what they're calling a funding rate scheme. This is what they're doing. And they're chopping. The market is just sitting choppy while people are just getting eaten alive. The people that are trying to short it, they're just getting eaten alive, right? The longs, they're doing good here and there, because the longs, all they got to do is wait till it pulls back, hits the 50-day moving average, buy more. Pulls back 50-day moving average, buy more. Pull back 50-day moving average, buy more, right? Until you can't buy anymore, or until you can't profit off buying more because it breaks below the 50-day and then it continues to dump, which is what I believe is happening right now. Which that's why I'm being super careful here. So we'll see how this plays out. But I do believe we're about to dump, guys. I believe we're about to dump. This is not going to look pretty for people. But yeah, a lot of people are losing money through this. I'm not going to read this whole post, but he's 100% right there. Now, Van Quant, it's a weird name, but he says 18 days left until Lab unlocks $16.23 million, or 16.23 million tokens worth of $313 million. They can no longer rush to dump the targeted tokens right after a parabolic pump like the lab example. Now the team is executing rug pull behavior through funding fees. In general, bros, steer clear of this one. This is what we were talking about in the last post too. Like they're really doing their thing, right? Yeah, they're really liquidating people. They're taking money. So I would be extremely careful with this thing as a pump and dump. Lab is a scam. This is what this guy says. I still don't understand how people are still falling for this. And yeah, I mean, people are still falling for it. But think about Lab and all these other scam coins is like on the outside, they don't look like scams. This is how people are falling for it. Like when you don't look at the tokenomics, when you don't look at the holders, when you don't look at the distribution between the whales, you don't know. If you don't look at the on-chain data, you don't know what's going on. Most people don't have the knowledge to look at the on-chain data. And also, trading mastery course, guys. Trading mastery course. Crypto Options Edge is more than a course. It's a whole entire group. And then we also have the course that I'm working on. All right. So if you join for the course specifically, just know that I'm still working on it. But everything else, we're discussing. I'm still putting out lessons on the course. So, mine would hold it there, right? But anyways, like I was saying before, like this thing, you don't know unless you look through the on-chain data. So that's why Lab is just a scam. People aren't looking at the on-chain data. That's why people are still falling for it. And I would be extremely careful with this project, right? But anyways, I warned you guys. Again, I'm going to keep warning you guys till this thing hits zero, just like I did with CoAI, just like I did with NYX Finance, just like I did with Siren, just like I did with, there's so many different scam projects that came out. Rave, just like I did with Rave DAO, just like I did with, I can't even name them all. There's just so many scams that keep coming out, and I just keep calling them out. I'm like, it's a scam. I looked at the on-chain data, guys. But yeah, you guys got to learn how to look at that on-chain data, because that is how a lot of these people are getting scammed, right? But yeah, anyways, this is all I got for you guys today. Hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this. Check out the link in the description for the Crypto and Options Edge group. Inside of this group, we will be doing a lot of different things. I'll be teaching the trading mastery course. We have the trade analysis and discussion board. And here, this is where I talk about different areas, different trading opportunities that we can have. And there's one forming up inside of Bitcoin now. We have a chat where you have 24/7 access to me. And then we have a daily market stream section where I will start to do some daily market streams as we start to get some more people coming in. We'll just start streaming every single day on here, not on YouTube, exclusively on here. Because like I said, guys, I make $2. I make $2 per video on YouTube. Now I make money trading, but nobody likes working for free. YouTube is work. This video has already went on for 18 minutes. I did so much research before this video. After the video, I'm going to be doing a bunch of editing on the video. After I'm done editing the video, I'm going to be looking into making some thumbnails for it. And then after I make the thumbnail, I'm going to put the video out, put the SEO, search engine optimization out, do all that stuff. And then I'm going to make a Bitcoin video. I'm spending like 8 hours a day, 5 hours a day making videos, making $2 per day. All right. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys come over here and sign up for this. This is $98 a month, right? And it's a pretty good platform. I like WAP. WAP does a very good job with traders, and they work well with traders. A lot of traders use WAP for their groups. So I think WAP is probably one of the top platforms out there to create one of these exclusive groups. Also, check out the link in the description for Advantisfy, best DeFi perps trading on the Base platform. Go ahead and check that out. Link in the description for that. That'll also help out support the channel. But yeah, guys, I make like $2 a day on YouTube. So go ahead and support me through these other means that I'm trying to build here. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for helping support this channel. Thank you for subscribing, hitting the like button, all that good stuff. And thank you for sticking around. Thank you to the haters that also talk down on me, because y'all give me the motivation to keep going. And thank you for everyone that shows all the love. But yeah, this is all I got. As always, I'll be back with another video.